Hello guys, and salam alaikum, alaikum sala. Can Sambi lo hakutare. I pray that the Most High, that power that be, protect us, and protect you guys and your families. I wanted to speak a little bit on what is a Baconfula and what is a Talankero. We are not getting in depth because these positions, these offices in Palo go more in depth and there's more to it. But I'll give you a little bit for you to understand or get some type of understanding. Let's start with a Talankero. A Talankero, it's a person that's in charge of protecting the entrance of a munanso, where there is a ceremony going on, whether it's scratching or anything, or tambor or toque, different situations. He's either in front of the door, whether standing or sitting down, of the entrance, or behind the door with the door shut. And his job is to make sure that the people who are entering into that house or munanso enzo has license to come in, meaning that they are initiates in Palo and have a lineage and so forth. Usually when you go to a house of Palo that is organized in that way, because not all houses are organized in that way, and there's different reasons why you go to some houses and they don't have a talankero. There's reasons. Now let's say they did have a talankero, right? Some houses prefer the talankero to have as his primary lucero for being his inquisi. Some, not all, require for the person who's going to do the office of a talankero has as a primary of an inquisi lucero, an empungo lucero. Okay, some don't require that. The talankero job is that when you come and you knock on that door and he asks you your name and you tell him your name in Palo, he verifies it. The majority of the time they have you write your name in Palo down, whether it be on the ground, on a piece of wood or something for him to read it, because he has the capability and the knowledge to understand the writings of the sigils. And if you see that the name you gave him and the sigil concurs with that name or part of that name, they let you in. If you don't, they will not let you in. That's he's kind of like the security guard of that munanso or that place where they are doing some type of ceremony. Okay, that's a talankero. In some houses they even let women be talanqueras. I don't know how many houses do that, but I have heard that even women have been talanqueras or are talanqueras. Now, these positions, or this position on itself, sometimes requires, because it all depends on the lineage and the house, you know, what they practice and what they do is their business, you know. Sometimes it requires for them to go to a certain ceremony to become a talankero. You understand? And some houses don't require any ceremonies to become a talankero. That's just how it is. They assign you talankero, and that's your duty, and you perform it with honor. That's it. So in a short explanation, that's what I have for you for talankero. There is a little more of it and that has to do with it, but just for you guys to understand, it won't be so confusing. That's what a talankero is. Consider him like a security guard that checks your identification, looks at your ID card, asks you for your name, asks you for your ID. If it all concurs, they let you in. That's what a talankero is. Okay, now let's speak about a baconfula. A baconfula is another office that some houses require a certain type of initiation or certain type of procedure or ceremony to be done in order for you to be consecrated or assigned a baconfula. Some houses do not do this. They just assign you a baconfula. And you become, just to understand it real short, you are the right hand man of the tata, of the high priest, of the tata nganga. You become his right hand man. Okay? Meaning that in ceremonies you are there. You're always there. Whenever something's going in that house, you're there, because not only are you the right hand man, you're also keeping watch that everything goes right in the house. But you are the tata's right hand man. Now, also, some baconfulas are required not to have an nganga, meaning not to have his own nkisi, because in some houses, the baconfula, since he's the right hand man of the nganga and the tata gives him license to use the tata's nkisis, the baconfula could work with the tata nkisis, with the tata's nkisis, meaning his spiritual Carl Jones. Okay, so he doesn't need to have his own nkisi. Sometimes it's required for him not to have it. Now there are instances that baconfula does have his own nkisis. He has his own munanso, he has everything, but he comes to help the tata, and he's the tata's right hand man, and it's fine. He doesn't go through no initiation, no nothing. The tata signs him baconfula because he knows what he's doing. He knows how the ceremonies work. He knows what's needed for the ceremony, what's not needed, everything. And he's kind of like ahead of the tata because he's trying to make the ceremonies go fluid and nice and smooth and everything to work out great. You understand? The tata in a lot of ceremonies is under a little pressure. You understand? Because he has a lot to do. So the baconfula is helping him, make it smoother for him. And the baconfula knows too. He's just not just anybody. Now, let's say that there's a ceremony going on and we need a talankero, meaning a guard at the door, and we need a baconfula because we don't have anybody assigned as a baconfula. Then what does the tata do? The majority of the time, the tata, he takes two of his godsons, his godchildren. He assigns one as the talankero, the guard of the door, and he assigns another one as the baconfula. And this doesn't require initiation. A lot of them, they just assign them for that day to be that. You understand? Sometimes the tata would assign a godson to be a baconfula and another one to be a talankero, and that's his duty. That's the duty that he'll have for the time that he's in that house, whether it's forever or for a limited time, depending. It's all under the high priest eye. It's under him. Whatever if he sees you're lacking, then he'll take the position off of you. If he sees that you take the position seriously and you do your job and your duties, then you keep that position. And a lot of them don't require for you to have any type of ceremony done to you or anything. They just give you that. You understand? That authority. What else could we say? That's if there's no baconfula assigned to the house, or a talankero assigned to the house, or has that position, whether he went through it, whether he got it initiated, in that procedure, or he was just given by the tata by mouth. You understand? Has that license. Now, some baconfulas, they work with the tata. Remember, I said that some baconfulas are required not to have and their own inkisi, their own prenda, their own nganga, because they use the inkisi or the nganga of the tata. They have that license from the tata. But also, there are times when a baconfula cannot use the tata's prenda or inkisi or ngangas or spiritual receptacles because he doesn't have the license. The tata has not given him permission to even touch them or talk to them or nothing. You understand? You know, they could just go salute them and with respect, and that's it. You understand? Same thing with the Talankero. You know, Talankero just does the job as a security, and the majority of the time he has to know how to read sigils and understand, you know, the names and stuff like that. But in some houses, we don't have this. In some houses, you might go to a house that doesn't have a talankero, that doesn't have a baconfula, you know. And there's other positions, but I don't want to bring these other positions because they become a little more kind of like, I don't want you newcomers to mix things up. So let's just stick with a tata high priest, a yaya. That we know that a yaya always has to be there in a scratching ceremony, always. A baconfula, which is the right-hand man of the tata. The talankero, which is the security guard of the front door. Okay? There's other positions and other offices, but we're just talking about these two today. Now, and not much of it, I'm just giving you a little bit of it. Now, you might go to houses where there are none of the above. There's no talankero and there's no baconfula. Okay, so don't look at it like you're going into a place and things are not right and they're not doing things correctly. There's a situation throughout the world in humanity that happens to all of us, and it has to do with trust. It has to do with loyalty. It has to do with honor. It has to do with love to one another. And unfortunately, you cannot trust everyone with your religious receptacles, with your Enzo and Ganga, meaning your Munanso Congo. You can't trust everybody. And a lot of houses would just have a tata and a yaya. That's it. Because these other positions that you either give or assign to certain individuals, sometimes either they're not capable to perform them properly, or they lack, or something happens that to you as a tata personally, and it scars you, so you prefer not to assign anyone that office because of trust. You know, you just don't give these offices to just anybody. These offices are given to people that you could trust, that people that have honor, dignity, loyalty, love. You know, it's just not something you just do. Hey, you're gonna, you know, you just don't do things like this. So in a lot of houses, they don't have nothing else but a tata and a yaya. Okay? And as long as they have that, to me, that's cuenda. That's perfect. At least in that perspective, a tata and a yaya. All right? So most of the time, the tata will take the role also as the talankero. And a lot of the times, the yaya will take the role almost like a baconfula, helping the tata out. And if there's godchildren there, they'll help the tata out. You understand? In that sense. But they're not assigned these positions. You understand? I just wanted to give you a little bit on a baconfula and what is a talankero. I just gave you, like I said in the other video, a very little bit of the meaning and the understanding. There's also an office called Pejo Prenda. There's several other offices, you understand, that also have a position in the Munanso. There's in charge of the Munanso and other things. Pejo Prenda, I can't speak much about it. You know, but I'll come with another video one day and probably speak a little bit about some of the other positions. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. I pray that you guys are doing great again. My email address is w3qin1973@gmail.com. Leave a comment, leave a suggestion for a video. If anything I can help you with, just shoot me an email. Be safe, guys. Have a great day.